Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm. In this video, we're going to talk a bit about drawing on the canvas element using JavaScript and how that all works. So let's take a look at this first example here. So we see that we've created a canvas that is 200 by 100, and we're going to draw a rectangle that is 150 by 75, right? So notice we're not taking up the entire canvas here. And the rectangle is going to be red. Right, the first two characters here stand for red. So we're going to create a red rectangle on the canvas and using this fill rect thing here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these extra tabs I don't need. So here's how you do it. First, you have to find the canvas element on your page somewhere. We're doing that using a document.getElementById function, which we've been using the whole time. Then you need a drawing object for the canvas, which is the context. We need to figure out what the context is. Then you draw on the canvas using something, some way to modify the context. So here we're going to set the fill style to red, and then we're going to fill the rectangle. Just like that, right? So it's pretty easy to see how this is supposed to work step by step. So let's talk about the coordinates. So this works just like with, just like a grid in math class. You have your X on the horizontal axis, your Y on the vertical axis. Now up here in the top left corner, we have the coordinates of 0, 0. Let's see if I can get my cursor right there. Oh, I had it. 0, 0. There we go. So we're right at 0, 0. Now, if we go all the way to the bottom right corner, it's going to be basically how big you've set your canvas to. And everything in between there is going to be a value between 0, 0 and say 200 and 100, which is what we have here. Okay, now using these coordinates, we can draw things onto the canvas a little bit more. We can have more control over them, right? So we can have a move to, which just goes to a specific point in the canvas. Then we can create a line to a different point. So if we say move to 0, 0, and then a line to 200 to 100, it creates a diagonal line across the whole thing. We can also use these to create a circle. The begin path function starts a path, a drawing path. And then if we go in an arc, giving it some values, so our X, our Y, the radius, the start angle, and the end angle, if we give it all those things, we can create a circle. So for example, an arc starting with a 95X and a 50Y, meaning halfway in between, with a 40 for the start angle and a 0 for the, the radius is 40, 0 is the start angle, and 2 is the end angle. 2 times math.pi, which is the formula you need for a circle. That will create an entire circle, right? We can also create gradients. We can create linear gradients. We have to pass in an X value, a Y value, X1 and a Y1. We can create radial gradients. We need a radius and a radius 1. So here's how that looks. So we're going to create a linear gradient, 0. So we're going to start at 0, 0. The end is going to be 201. Our color at the beginning is going to be red. Our color at the end is going to be white. And then we're going to create a fill style, fill rect, basically blah, blah, blah. So that creates a linear gradient red. This right here, the radial gradient, will create a radial gradient where it moves out from the center point and it fades out or grows into a different color from a central point. Now let's talk about text. We've done this in the last project. We did a lot of fill text. Basically, fill text will just create a solid text on your screen. Now, the X and the Y, that will be basically where we start. You can also do stroke text, which has no center. It's literally just, the outline of the word, if you want to do it that way. We can change font, which I don't know why you'd ever want to use Comic Sans, but whatever. Maybe you want your game to suck. But you can change the font. You can change all kinds of stuff about it. And that's about it. I don't want to really get into images or reference because that's not something we're going to use in the course of this class. So those three things, how to draw, how to use coordinates, and how to really focus on text, those are really the only things that we need to focus on from now until the end of the course. Okay, thanks for paying attention. I'll see you next time.